Moin Moin and welcome to Ralfs Foto-Bude. Yeah, in January in Las Vegas, the CES, one of the biggest consumer fairs was, and some of the camera producers present their new models. Panasonic did this, and last year the latest models of Panasonic were the GX7 and the GM1, and now Panasonic comes again with a small travel zoom camera. You may know the TZ61, one of the well-known and best-selling travel zoom cameras. Yes, and guess, there is the new travel zoom camera, and it's not the 51, it's the 61. Here we are with the new Panasonic Lumix TZ61. This is a real brand new camera. I think I'm one of the first guys in Germany who have a TZ61. When you look on the package, there's still, I think this says sales sample or something like this, and the firmware is 0.1, so it's not a final sample, it's a pre-sample, but all the functions are working. Picture quality, I cannot test the picture quality because, as I said, firmware is 0.1, so it's not the final picture quality I would have with this camera. But I can show you the new features, and I can show you the most important things of the new TZ61. First of all, if you look on the front side, you will see two things, and that's the most important things. First one is, it says Viewfinder, and second one is 30x zoom. Yes, Viewfinder, you're absolutely right. If you think the camera has a viewfinder, here we are. The TZ61 has a small electronic viewfinder. It's not a real big one, but if you work in bright sunlight in the summer, you won't see enough on the screen on the backside. So it's very helpful to have this electronic viewfinder, even if the resolution is only 200,000 pixel, but it's still a good picture, and you're able to check your scene and to work really fine on the scene, much better than in the bright sunlight with the LCD display on the backside. Next point, 30x zoom. Sony has last year the HX50. This one was the 30x zoom travel zoom camera, or travel camera, or pocket camera of Sony, and so this year Panasonic comes also with the 30x zoom camera. And the focal length goes from 24mm. That's what I like very much, because I like the wide angle pictures. 24mm, therefore it's very good, and it goes up to 720mm. And to hold the 720mm, you need a real good stabilizer. And yes, the Lumix has a new stabilizer. It's a 5-way stabilizer. So this one should work very good, that you can hold also the telephoto focal length, and you get a stable picture and a sharp picture. Again, we have a GPS module inside the camera to track the GPS position, and you can track the GPS position also on your videos. 18 megapixel sensor, I should mention, and we have a Wi-Fi function inside, again with an NFC chip so that you can put your smartphone only on the side of the camera, and they will work together over Wi-Fi, so that's very easy. It's exactly the same way the GM1 and the GX7 work. Also, the Wi-Fi menu is exactly the same. You can transmit the pictures in the background, so you can make a picture and transmit it in the background to your smartphone or your tablet PC, so that this will work very fine. I like this function very much. Talking about the video, we have again a VCHD full HD format with 50p, so 50 frames per second progressive. That's a really good picture quality for video. One thing in the for photographers is new. The TZ61 is the first TZ camera which also saves the pictures in RAW format. You're not only able to take it in JPEG, but now also in RAW or in the combination RAW plus JPEG. So yes, we have RAW in this small camera. Level meter for sure, but I think I should show you the features directly in the camera. Looking on top of the camera, we have the GPS module, as I said, we have the stereo microphone here, we have the program dial, shutter release button with the zoom lever, the video start button and the on-off switch, and that's what I do now. I will start the camera and here we are. And you can see we have on the front side this ring here, and this one has a different function. In the manual focus function it's the focus, and in other functions you can set up the shutter speed or the aperture or something like this. So that's a very nice feature because you will work very fast with the ring and the four-way button ring on the back side of the camera, which I will show you now. Here we are on the back side. As I said before, we have the electronic viewfinder, we have the dioptry correction dial here, and one thing, if you look very closely, you will see there's no eye sensor. So if you want to change from the screen to the electronic viewfinder, you have to press the button. So, and we will see here the picture in the electronic viewfinder. So here we are, 200,000 dots. I mean, it's not a real big one, but you can see enough, you can see your scene, and also you can use it for the menu. So even in the bright sunlight you can set up the menu, change the menu settings, so that's really nice. I like this one very much. And for me personally, for a small camera like this, the viewfinder is big enough. It's only a help, and this is a real good help. But one thing I should mention, the good thing is the electronic viewfinder. The bad thing is you will miss the touchscreen, because yes, the TZ61 doesn't have a touchscreen. So you see there's no touch, no touchscreen. The screen you see is from the face detection. So I have to shut up the face detection because otherwise you think we have a touch screen. You see, usually I should place the focus point here or make a shutter release by touching the screen. No, there's no touch screen on the TZ61. Here on top we have the Wi-Fi button, we have the function button. You can set up the function button with an individual function in the menu. I will show you later. The replay button, then we have the dial plus four-way button, and in the middle the menu OK button. Then we have the display and the quick menu. Yes, we have a quick menu, but it looks a little bit different from the other cameras. If you press the quick menu button, you will see we have here on the bottom of the screen the different settings, and you can go through the settings just by touching the four-way button to change. Just dial and you will see here we are, we have the different settings, and when we are in the ISO setting I can show you the normal ISO setting is up to 3200, and you can start the high ISO, and the high ISO goes to 6400 ISO. Lowest ISO value, beside of the auto ISO settings, lowest ISO value is 100. White balance, you have different white balance settings, and you can change the settings not only by turning the dial on the back side, but also by turning the front dial here. When I turn the front dial, you see I can change the different settings. So you have two options. One is the option here on the back side, and the next one is the option here in front. Then we have the different settings for the focus. And as I said before, face detection here we have. Next point is AF tracking. and then 23 area and the 1 area. And if you want to use the 1 area, I would prefer, or I prefer to put it on the FN button. So if I press the FN button, I can change the focus area. Just if I want to put it here on my logo, just move it down there on my logo. You can change the size again just by turning the dial here. Then you have 4 different sizes. That's a nice feature of any Panasonic camera. So, and if I press the button, you see it focus, and if the focus is perfect, it gets green. So very easy, very simple. Also, if you don't have a touchscreen, it works fine, but touchscreen would be a little bit more helpful. Pressing the display button, you have different display settings. Here we have the 3D level meter. It goes in this direction, as you can see, and it goes in this direction. Then we have some information, few information, no information, and full information with 3D level meter. So these are the different settings you can change with pressing the display button. Q menu I showed you before. We have the different settings here of the Q menu. I will go to this one a little bit later in the menu to the different settings, so I can show you the different settings in the menu. Next point, as I said before, FN button is here. You can set it individual. Here we have the different flash settings. Then if you go in this side, we have the different focus settings, autofocus. Then we have the autofocus macro. You can go very, very close if you use the macro zoom. And then we have the manual focus setting, and I show you the manual focus setting has a focus peaking. So if you turn the dial, I know it's a little bit difficult to see, but you see a little bit the yellow area here, the yellow dots on my logo. So yes, you have a focus peaking. You can move the area what you want magnify here just by pressing it. Sorry for that. I have to go, not overexposed, a little bit underexposed I think would be better, so you would see a little bit more. Let's go this way. And if you turn the dial, you see we have the focus peaking when the focus is perfect. Just give me a second. Here we are. And you can move, here we are with the focus peaking, and you can move the area which you want to have magnified just by pressing the forward button. So yes, the TZ61 has a manual focus with focus peaking. That's a real nice function. Next point is the drive method. You have single, then you have burst or a continuous setting. Then you have bracketing function, self-timer, and the reset to single. Sometimes it's a little bit confusing. The camera does things you don't want to have, so you can reset it to single, and every function, bracketing or anything else, is switched off if you press this one, and you're back to the single mode. If you press the up button, you have, as I showed you before, the exposure compensation or correction just by dialing the back dial, or also you can dial the front dial. That's the way it works. So let's go to the different program modes. We have P, then we have A for aperture, then we have S for shutter speed and manual. And if you're in the manual mode, it's very nice because you see here, if you press the correction button, you see you have the different settings, focus on the one dial and shutter speed on the other dial. So if you turn the front dial, what I do now, you have the aperture, and when I turn the back dial, you have the shutter speed. So that's very easy to change the different settings of the camera. Next point here is C1 and C2, so we have two custom settings, C1 and C2, and in the custom setting 2 we have additional 3 options, C2, 1, 2, 2 and 2, 3, so all over we have 4 different custom settings. Next point is the Panorama function, and again it's the easy Panorama function. Just press the shutter and turn the camera around. Started a little bit early. Away, bye. No, I'm sorry, here I'm back again. So you can make very easy a panorama picture. Next point is the scene mode. Here we are. Let's go to the scene mode, and in the scene mode you have everything you need. You have portrait, soft skin, you have scenery. Just turn the front dial, so it's a little bit confusing turning the front dial and the back dial. You can do it also with the front dial here. No. So scene mode, then we have the night scenery, handheld night shot, HDR, food, baby 1, baby 2, and if you have a dog 2, you have number 3, the dog. Then you have sunset, high sense, starry sky, glass through, high speed video, and 3D photo mode. So these are the scene modes to choose from, and the next point is the creative filters or art filters. As you know from the GM1 and GX7, you have the different settings: expressive, retro, old days, high key, low key, sepia, dynamic monochrome, impressive art, and so on. I think 14, 15, 16, I'm not quite sure, but enough filters, and you can make different settings in the filters. So if you're in the dynamic monochrome, just press the plus minus button and you see you have here different settings where you can choose from auto. You have here different settings, so you can individualize also the different art filters just by pressing the plus minus button, the exposure compensation button, and you can make your individual setting of each art filter. Next point and last point is the IA, Intelligent Automatic, and here you have everything you need. ISO setting, aperture, shutter speed, everything is automatically, so you don't have to do anything. The camera will do everything for you. You see you have the AF tracking, or you have the face detection. Everything you need is in the IA mode. And if you want to change the different settings individually in the IA mode, IA mode, you have here different settings too, so you can also individualize the IA mode. And you have 2 different settings. You have the Intelligent Auto Plus and you have the normal Intelligent Auto. So, and what the difference is, the camera says to obtain good pictures, and if you go to the IA, is also with color and brightness adjustment. So the IA Plus is a little bit more and makes also the pictures a little bit more colorful, or gives you a little bit more color and brightness. So let's have a short look in the menu, so you will see how the menu is and which options you have in the menu. So let's go to the rec menu. You see we have the different rec, motion picture, GPS setup and Wi-Fi menu. So let's go to the rec menu. Here we have the aspect ratio, picture size, quality, and as I mentioned before, here we are with the RAW settings, RAW plus fine, RAW plus standard, or RAW only, or JPEG only. Then we have the sensitivity I showed you before, extended ISO, it's on, so 6400, different white balance settings, autofocus mode I showed you before, autofocus quick, face recognition, AFL, AEL lock you can set, metering modes, as known, multimeter, center whited or spot metering. Then the intelligent exposure, minimum shutter speed for auto ISO, intelligent resolution and intelligent zoom, digital zoom on off, so you can go up to 60 time electronical zoom, autofocus assist lamp, red eye removal, stabilizer, and last but not least, date stamp. Okay, and going to the next menu point, oops, sorry, wrong button. Going to the next menu point is motion picture, rec format, as I said, AVC, HD or MP4. And here we are with the different recorder qualities, 50p, or the next higher is 50p with GPS information. You have also lower resolutions like 50i, and the small HD resolution also with 50p. Okay, still picture size, you can take still pictures during the video mode, continuous autofocusing. Level shot is where the camera tries to level the horizon when you hold the camera a little bit not in the level, I don't know the American word for schräg. In Germany we say schräg when it's a little bit inclination, correct camera inclination, that's what I searched for. Wind cut zoom microphone, that's it. Next one is the GPS. I don't show the GPS, but I go to the setup menu, and in the setup menu we have the clock, world time, travel date, airplane mode, custom setting memory. That's what I said before, C1 and the 3 C2s. Then function button. Here you have different options to choose the setting for the function button. And that's what I said before. Focus area set, that's the one I would prefer. Oh, sorry. Oops. Again, back here. FN button. Then we have the zoom lever set. Here you can choose from continuous zoom, or you can choose to the step zoom. So the camera stops in the most most important, but in the most known zoom steps like 24, 28, 35, 50 millimeter and so on. So you don't have to zoom all the way to the single points. You can go step by step to the next zoom step if you want so. Ring dial set is the one here in front of the camera, so you can choose the setting for the dial on the back side and for the dial on the front side. Live view mode, monitor display, monitor luminance, composition guide. You have different composition guides you can choose from. They have the rule of thirds, offset, and so on and so on. Here, very, very interesting settings for the composition guide. I think that's a real nice thing because it gives you a little bit more help to make your picture. Histogram, video rec area, remaining display for video or picture. Lens resume, manual focus assistant, peaking, that's what I showed you before in the manual mode, economy auto review, and that's it. Here we have the USB mode, and there are no new things in the menu. Next point and last point is Wi-Fi, and if you go to the Wi-Fi menu you have the new connection, and if you choose the new connection, here we are. You have the remote shooting and view, playback on TV, send image while recording, and send image stored in the camera. Yes, and the remote shooting and view, that's one of the features I like very much, because you can set almost every important function on your iPhone or on your smartphone and make a remote shooting. And the next option I like very much is send image while recording, because you take the picture and in the background the TZ61 sends the picture to your smartphone or to your tablet PC, and just 2 or 3 seconds later you have it on your smartphone. You can send it, you can put it in Facebook or anywhere you want. So that's a real nice function. You don't have to go individually again in the Wi-Fi setting. You just start the Wi-Fi once and then you can shoot, and the camera transfers the pictures directly in the background to your camera. So these are the quick overview of the most important function of the TZ61. In my opinion, it's a very interesting camera, especially because of the electronic viewfinder. Little bit more zoom, nice wide angle. Most important functions. I like the ring here in front very much because it gives you a little bit more help while working in the menus. Yeah, so it's a real nice package. And I will see how the picture quality is. I think the picture quality is on the same level like the TZ61. We have 18 megapixel sensor, so the picture quality should be on the same level. And especially for a camera this size, the picture quality was real good. And it's a travel zoom. You put it in your pocket and it's very small. It's a very small and handy camera. I think the success of the TZ41 will go further with the TZ61. Should be available around March, I think so. Price, I don't know the price still now. But I think it's maybe on the same or a little bit higher level than the TZ41 when they start to sell it. So I hope you enjoyed my review of the brand new TZ61, one of the first reviews in the net, I think, and I'm one of the first guys who have the TZ61. In the next days there will come some more very interesting videos here on my YouTube channel. One to the RX10, a little bit more special features of the RX10. Then I hope I will show you how I assemble my DJI Phantom Vision 2, the drone. Yes, and let's see, I think there will come more videos. I have something in the backhand, so yes, stay tuned. Hope you enjoyed my video. Go out, take some nice pictures, and till now I say moin moin.